in the kitchen.
I waited too long to turn off the AC. All right, there it is. All right, can you guys hear? Can you hear yourselves?
I can hear everything.
I can hear everything.
All right.
I can feel the vibrations in my teeth.
In my ear.
Don't you guys get too excited, okay? There's vibrations. Let's just accept them.
Look, anytime something moves back and forth in a way that is rhythmic, I lose a little bit of myself to it.
That's okay. Let it go.
Let it pass through you. Okay, Trevor?
Okay.
All
It's like
right.
turbulence on an airplane, right?
Yeah, just let it pass through you.
Okay.
Both of you, I want you to there's a vibration.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? This island has an active volcano. There's many vibrations.
Mm-hmm.
I want you to continue normal. Samantha, continue normal life. Okay. We're in a marketplace. We're about to go into this pottery barn. We're just taking a stroll. Continue normal life.
Look, when she screamed, I let loose a flatulence. And
Trevor.
And like I felt the vibration leave my body.
Trevor, you can't add vibration to this island is an active volcano.
Mm-hmm.
I smell it.
Just let it, it's natural. Let it pass through you just like the vibrations, Samantha.
Okay.
Don't.
It's silent but deadly.
I like it.
It's open. I've been taking very shallow breaths. I don't want you to be insulted, Trevor.
It's okay.
But we're already inundated by various vibrations on this island. Okay? We're here. This is a study. We're studying abroad. We're here to study. Samantha, you're doing that with your mouth.
It's a good vibration.
I wanted to be just like Trevor.
Oh my God, thank you. You're so validating.
I feel like you're both of you are pulling away from me a little bit. You're like horses trying to leave the stable, and I'm trying to rein you in.
Nay.
Look, just sometimes the vibrations just shake you away.
You can just let them pass through you.
Okay, I will. I'm gonna focus up. I'm gonna let the vibrations pass through me. I'm gonna let my flatulence out, and I'm gonna.
That's natural.
Yeah.
Just like it's natural for the ground to stir a little bit because there's an active volcano on this island, but it hasn't erupted in hundreds of years.
You guys feel that?
Yes, there's many of them. There's many tremors. Samantha.
It's more than just a tremor.
It's not. I don't
look behind you.
Look, it's definitely a quake. It is a quake.
That's soot. It's soot and smoke.
Mm-hmm.
The volcano is having a small eruption, kids.
I think the volcano just let out a fart. I think this is the Earth's flatulence.
The volcanoes don't fart.
They do.
Students.
It was a rumble and some gas came out. That's a fart.
Father Bedden. They do.
That's not appropriate in front of the Lord.
Look, you're a Jesuit scholar and a seismologist and a volcano expert, but you cannot say in the name of our good Lord in the year 2023 that was not a fart.
It's supported neither by science nor God that volcano farted. Neither by science nor God, and we are children of both.
Okay.
That volcano had a small eruption.
Okay.
It's what we'll call it, the technical term, a small eruption. That's what's most sanctified and proprietary inside
Father
of
Ben?
the church. Yes. Samantha.
There's something running down your leg.
That's fecal matter. Scene. Okay.
I bet everybody tuning in is like, what is going on?
Yes.
Even before the intro.
Yes. All right, good. This is No Suggestion. I'm Ralph Jean Pierre. Got co-host Jake Joseph here. And we have a wonderful special guest. The great and powerful Kate Owens is here.
Yeah. Nice.
Ooh,
Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Oh man, it's so great to have you here. What news you got for the people? What do you say?
News I got for the
What's
people.
the word on the streets?
I had therapy today.
Nice.
Ooh.
Beautiful. How long have you been doing therapy? I went a few years ago. I stopped because I thought nothing was wrong with me. I thought the therapist was telling me that nothing was wrong with me. And then the last year I've started going back hard. What's your
hard?
How long have you been doing it? A year, 10 years?
Oh, I've been doing it about 10 years. On and off, but mostly on. Yeah.
What
it's helpful. It's good. I think it's good to have maintenance, even if I think I'm better, usually that's when I should keep going.
Shit.
Yeah, so you're screwed.
I'm screwed.
That's the litmus test, is like when you're like, you know what, I'm good. No, that's when you need it the most.
It's
like
I think you're so right.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever?
Yeah, I did. I guess first time I went to therapy, I was in my late 20s, did it for like 2 years, then took a little bit of a break, and then recently started back again. Yeah.
Cool.
I wonder what it means for us that we're inside of, what are we all? Are you all millennials? I don't know how this works anymore.
Yeah.
I'm a millennial.
Yeah.
I'm like at the top end of millennial. I'm one of the earliest.
Okay. I'm in like the middle ground.
I think I'm middle.
Yeah.
91.
I'm a 91 baby too. Yeah.
So maybe it's still, we'll see what happens with Gen Z, but the old Gen Z, they'll probably kind of follow in these same footsteps. But what do you think it is about us as millennials that we've become the first? Not the first. I think there's something about Gen X. Therapy was a Gen X thing too. It was starting to open up, but we're really the ones who are like, you go to the gym, you do yoga, you do your taxes, you brush your teeth, you do therapy. We really have like embraced that as like a part of almost lifestyle, but like in a healthy way, I think. But what do you think that has made us like that?
I think a lot of it's awareness. I work in the mental health space for a day job, and Gen Z cares a lot about mental health. That's like a huge thing that they have, like a huge, I guess, awareness of the value of it. And I think that's really what it is that the therapy world and psychology has done more to show that it has like value beyond people that are clinically ill or like suffering from a condition that is super severe, but like for like the average everyday person can benefit from like what Kate said about like just having maintenance and having somebody that you can talk to that's going to be non-judgmental and help you understand and process thoughts and feelings. Because a lot of that is just, you just need to share it to somebody else and see them react to it before you can really fully understand it yourself, because it's just how humans work.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. I'm trying to form what my thought is right now.
Well, I just got to say, I disagree with all of that. I think therapy is absolutely fucking ridiculous.
Now, John, I agree with you, but I don't think there's any reason to use that kind of language at the Sunday pancake breakfast.
Which kind? Which kind of language are you talking about? I said a few words there. It wasn't just one.
It was the language of medicine.
Medicine.
We don't believe in taking care of yourself or maintenance or fixing what's wrong here. That's why we eat all of this fatty food.
That's why we eat this meat and this. Yeah, I don't know what the heck kind of the words that we don't use them kind of words here. We're church going folk.
Yeah.
Nah.
Damn well, you're fucking right.
What else needs to be maintained except for a relationship with your Bible and your pastor and your truck?
Well, I would say, my daughter, I want her to have a relationship with me. I want that to be fostered. I think that's important.
What do you?
We all know you're working on that.
You want your daughter to have a relationship with you?
I do. She's been out the house for a while now. She
all of our kids
disowned us.
All of our kids disowned us. That's how we started this. That's why we started this.
Well, I'm not okay with it. I'm not as okay with it as you are, Luther.
It's like, I know that you're new to the group.
Lot today, John. I mean, I thought we started this group to get those damn kids back in their house.
I'm sorry.
I've been chasing them throughout the town in an old abandoned animal control vehicle.
That's been you out there?
That's been me.
That is so fucking loud.
I know. I want the kids to know I'm out there hunting for them.
Well, I think they know. I don't know how they couldn't.
That ain't how hunting typically works, is that you let your prey know you're out pursuing them. You're on their
that's how
trail.
I do it. That's how I do. I announce myself and I say I will take you.
It's bold. That's a bold move.
It's bold, but it ain't working. Okay? It ain't working.
It will work.
None of us have our kids back, Chapal.
Because we haven't, it's an endurance test.
Mm-hmm. Chappelle's right. It's all about endurance.
What is?
It's hunting your kids down, okay?
Mm-hmm.
That's
Okay.
what this group is. This is the three of us deciding. This is Jonathan, this is Andrew, and this is Chapal. And this is the kid hunting group.
What are you eating?
The biscuits and gravy. You want some?
It goes really good with the pancakes.
Yeah.
Sure. Hand it.
This is an extension of our church group. We have church, then we have small home group, then we have kid hunting group.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes if we're too tired, if there's football, we'll do it on Mondays. But this is what we do. We decide what are the new tactics we're going to try to hunt these kids down and get them back in our homes, under our roofs where they belong, understanding the word of the Lord and also the word of discipline.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
That's right.
But you're bringing up now some sort of maybe there's some sort of fixing to be done. They need to be fixed.
Okay. You know what? You're right.
My
You're
son,
right, Chapal.
George, he needs to understand that I'm the boss of the house.
George does need to understand.
George, I'll say out of all our kids, George does.
George, I hope wherever he is, he can feel on the back of his neck, Daddy's hunting him down.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say a prayer for him.
Let's say a prayer for him right now.
George should be home soon. Daddy's waiting for you.
Shaman.
And that's parenting. That's how you parent. Ain't nothing to maintain because it's already fixed. Got that?
Got it.
Scene.
That's beautiful. Yeah, that's so great. I've been doing therapy for a year. I don't know if it's helping. It does feel good to talk things out.
Mm-hmm.
Then I think it's helping. You're like, oh, it feels so good to get these thoughts and feelings out. Yeah,
good.
Well, because I'm not. Well, here is how it is. How I do feel it is working, and I'm not skeptical about it, but I'm not withholding. When I'm feeling and thinking things, I'll let them out. But what I'm finding is my friends aren't always a good audience for that. They can't carry that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have the training nor the patience or even the inclination. And I don't blame them. It's a lot. So yeah, that it is good that somebody is paid to go, I'll listen to all this stuff that you need to say.
Yeah, 45 minutes.
45 minutes, yeah. Oh man. And it
goes so fast.
It goes so fast.
I'm like I've said nothing.
I barely started.
I know. That
goes
part of
so
it is a bummer.
Fast. Oh
Yeah.
man, it really hurts. I mean, sometimes I felt it lag. I'm like, okay, this is, but a lot of times I'm like, come on. Yeah. Wow, 10 years. What's something else you've been doing for 10 years straight?
Having anxiety.
Did the anxiety come from the therapy or did they coincide?
Well, you said at least 10 years.
I was there before.
Gotcha. Yeah, she got you with the trick of the word.
You got me.
Not being super hydrated.
Mm.
I always struggle to be hydrated.
We got those waters.
Yeah. Yeah. What makes it? What's like? Do you have like a little like thing in the back of your mind that's like, I'm just thirsty all the time?
Or does water not taste good to you?
Mm.
You're one of those.
No. I am Dick. I am not one of those.
Okay.
No, it doesn't taste bad. It's just
Yeah.
I don't crave it unless I'm like sweating or just worked out or.
I mean, if you're not thirsty, then it doesn't seem like you're dehydrated.
That is true. They do say that you're really only need to drink when you're thirsty.
Mm-hmm.
But that can't be true.
Yeah,
it's got to be based off your pee color.
Yeah. I think.
But mine has been pretty clear. Let it go on the record. I am currently hydrated and have been for about a week. So.
There it is. Good. Yeah, I'm almost. I have little patches of health. For one, I almost only drink water. I don't drink anything else.
Really?
I don't drink soda. I don't drink juice.
Orange juice.
Orange juice,
Red
especially
Bull?
if I'm sick. No energy drinks.
Alcohol.
No.
Tea.
I don't like it.
Milk.
I don't. Milk, yes, but not a lot, and it's usually now almond milk, some sort of nut milk.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I would say 80% of the beverages that I take in are just water.
Wow.
A lot of seltzer. I don't know if that counts.
Yeah,
not as much as I used to drink.
It's water.
Yeah, I guess it's water. I think it's like a downgraded version of water, but it's water. Yeah,
much water.
Yeah.
But yeah, that is. So I also will eat at least a pint of ice cream a week, at least.
No,
they've got
a week is not. If it's spread out through a week, that's not the worst thing.
It can build up. I think it builds up.
I feel like a pint of ice cream spread out in the week is pretty impressive.
I said at least.
Okay.
I can do a pint of ice cream. I can do 2 or 3 in a week. Pretty easily.
I gotta do one at night.
I mean, come on. Who can't? And I'm talking about a whole pint. None of this saving it for later.
None of that
bullshit that the communists are doing. No, I'm going top to bottom.
Mm-hmm.
Hitting bottom.
Well, it's the impulse control too. Like I feel like if I have it in the freezer, if I'm like, I'm going to get a pint and I'm only going to eat half of it tonight. No, I'm not. I'm just not. It's because it's right there.
Hold on. What's that? What's that you said? The freezer? What's that? What's that? It's not even C in the freezer, baby. It
is not. It is going in, scooping
immediately.
Coming out.
I bought it to eat it then. Yeah. If a pint of ice cream leaves, I open it and it goes back into the freezer, that's a miracle has happened.
Truly a miracle.
Yeah.
God exists.
I'm relatively new to New York. I've only been here 2 years, and I used to live in a city that didn't really have bodegas that are open late at night.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm like a night owl, so I'm frequently at the bodegas late at night because I need snacks or whatever.
Oh yes.
And then the little tubs of specialty ice cream, I've been like spending so much money on them because I just keep buying them because I'm like, I do need lemon poppy seed Van Leeuwen right now. Yeah.
Oh, stop.
Yeah. I do need some pistachio. Yeah.
$10.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's the most expensive one.
I know.
And the
money.
richest ice cream.
Yeah, richest. Take my money. I wanted to ask. So earlier, Kathryn and I were talking, and I assumed that Kathryn was from the South. And Kathryn correctly guessed why. Why was it that you guessed that I assumed you were from the South?
Because I have an hour-long show that I wrote, solo show that I wrote, called Cooking with Kathryn. And I play a repressed Southern housewife who's doing a cooking show down in the basement of her church. And I think maybe you just assumed that I was Southern.
Yeah, I excavated that. I was like, oh, this has to be like from personal experience. This has to be like based on where Kathryn comes from, which I'm not unconvinced of.
Yeah, I mean, I did spend a year living in Alabama, but that was like when I was like 25. No, I've never had the experiences Kathryn has had, but I definitely have experienced like repression and those sort of themes, and like the feeling of being an outcast and like bad at what you do, and that's Kathryn. She's a really bad cook.
Gotcha. Yeah, Kathryn and I are kindred spirits then.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I think Kathryn is violently bad. I don't even know if it's bad is the right word.
Violent.
It's like demented.
My mom didn't teach me how to cook as a child and wouldn't let me use a stove. So when I became an adult and I had to fend for myself, the food I used to make at the beginning, it's what kept me skinny because it was so inedible. I would only eat enough of it to survive.
Wow.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Damn. Are you a good cook?
I'm not bad.
Did it come from just observing family? Was your mom like, I'm a teacher,
No,
or your dad, or
no, my parents didn't cook very much.
Wow.
I learned from like an ex-boyfriend who cooked a lot, and he was sort of kind of a chef. So I sort of learned from him. I think also like when I got to college, my parents never taught me how to cook. When I got to college, like I saw people making like eggs or like spaghetti, and I was like, I don't even know how to make that shit. Like that's really embarrassing.
Yeah.
You know, I gotta like get on this and figure that out. Yeah.
This is a painful theme. A theme of, I don't know if it's painful for you, it's painful for me. A theme of you have an ex who like taught you something that like significantly changed your life, but they're an ex. So
you can never run away from them.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like going to be in your life forever.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like you can't. It's insane. It's to me that's just an insane fact of life.
Mm-hmm.
There's like I don't want to list them. I want to stick to this, but there's so many like nuances or parts of life that I'm just like, we're just doing this. We're just doing this. It's that. So like, oh, you know, who knows what your relationship is or was or with that person, why or how you broke up. But like, you're like, I'm a pretty good cook. And that's at least started.
That started with them. Yeah. Yeah. No, it is funny, like with exes and just like, even with music, I don't know if you've found this, but like there are certain bands that I was like introduced to by that person and I really like them, but it's always associated with them. And that is so annoying. And I wish I could just like Eternal Sunshine it.
Oh my God.
Ugh.
Do you want to be Eternal Sunshine, Ralph?
Dude,
the way that you said that was like, I want that. That movie was all about how you shouldn't do that, but I want it.
When I saw that movie, I was like, I understood what it felt like, but I understood it based on how well they'd done it in the movie. How I thought I knew what it felt like, but like in this last year, I can't tell you how much that would have, if that technology existed, the entire year of my life would be completely different. I mean, the entire year. I don't think there's a second of it that wouldn't
in
be
a good way.
different. No. If Eternal Sunshine, oh yeah, it would be like literal sunshine fell into my life. That's how much I wish it was real. So yeah, just that is so.
Well, consider it done, James. Consider it done.
I'm sorry.
You just
it's cold in here.
Yeah, sorry. That's what happens.
It's part of the procedure.
It is. Dr. Schmeling here. You were his first client. How did it go?
Why won't he come into the light? I can't see him.
No, I only start and sit in shadows.
He only starts and sits in shadows.
Yeah, I start every session like this. I sit in the shadows and I observe.
That's part of it. That's all part of it.
You
can trust him, though. I mean,
do you remember what my face looks like?
I don't know how I got here.
Very good.
You called us. You called the office. You found us on an ad.
It's really cold and I'm really scared. Nurse, doctor, what's it? Dr.
Schmeling?
Dr. Schmeling?
Yes.
Okay, one of you please.
Would you like a jacket? We have a lab coat right here.
Look, I'm very tired. I spent the last 12 hours gently whispering in your ears, forget her.
You didn't wear a coat. You don't remember that because the last year of your life is wiped.
Okay. Well,
just put on the lab coat.
Okay. I'm putting it on.
That fits you well.
Who's her that you want me to forget? This coat is...
Excellent. You don't even know.
Warmer now, right?
I didn't button it. How did it get buttoned?
You're going to give us lots of money. Give us lots of money.
I can hear you.
Give us lots of money.
Give us lots of money.
You guys, I'm just I'm only a year or two out of college. I don't have much money.
Give us what you have.
Well,
there's a stethoscope in the pocket of this lab coat.
That's yours.
Yes.
Put it on.
You're going to work off your debt to us. Or we'll help you remember her.
Who? I'm an Amazon delivery guy.
You were in your past life.
Well,
look at your hands.
Look at your hands.
Look at your hands.
I'm doing stethoscope in this guy's chest. Who is this guy?
It's okay. You don't have to worry about it. Just look at your hands.
I recognize his heartbeat.
Look at that face.
It's not your father. It's not your father.
It looks just like my father.
It's not your father. You wouldn't know.
You wouldn't know.
You wouldn't know.
Guys, I'm doing his blood pressure. How do I know how to do this?
127 over 92.
127 over 19. 97. I knew that before you even said it. You guys, what's going on?
Dr. Schmeling?
Yes.
Hold on, I'm writing him a prescription. What's going on?
Look down at yourself.
I'm wearing brown slacks.
Exactly. Is this the body that your mother birthed?
Oh my God, look at this mirror.
Beautiful. IKEA.
I'm Korean.
Yes, we put you in a new body. Because we needed you to forget her.
But I became a doctor.
Give us money.
Exactly.
Money.
That man that you used to be, who used to be inside that body, was a physician.
Wait a minute. My dad was just sitting in that chair.
Exactly.
That's right.
It's me now. It's my old body.
It's the whole time you've been doing medical procedures on your own body.
The whole time.
I don't understand how any of this is going to get me to give you guys money.
It's not about understanding.
It's about forgetting.
There's a volcano out there. I don't know if the audience could hear, but there's some construction sounds in the back.
And it was very ominous and creepy.
It was ominous. What a beautiful, what an insane scene. What I think I've told you this before. I probably said it outside of the show, but I still think about cooking for Kathryn often. It's an incredible show. I really felt like that show was like really important for the New York improv scene, or not the improv scene, like for the clown scene. I really felt like it was important because I feel like at the time, was it after the pandemic, or was it like the middle of the pandemic, or was it right before?
It was like the last time I did it was like a little over a year ago. So it was like last
So we were
May.
coming out. So we were coming out of the pandemic.
Yeah.
And yeah, I remember watching that and feeling like, oh, this is a lot of, it was just so surreal and absurd and so fun. And there's two things I felt about it. One is that it really, I think, put a direction on, okay, this is what New York clown can be. I think there was kind of more of a nebulous sort of direction before that. I think you really had a vision of something that's like, oh, this is what it can be. That was really just visionary.
Thank you.
And then the other thing that I felt about it that really meant a ton to me was that, at least I felt, that you weren't judging or looking down or being even snarky about the archetype or the character that Kathryn represented. I felt like you had a lot of empathy for her, even though, you know, she was like religious and Southern and conservative and dumb and, you know, all these things. Like, that was true, but I never felt like you were being mean to her character more than was warranted because of what silly and crazy decisions she was making. And that was like, that to me was a huge thing because I really get bummed out seeing so many satirical shows that are just like, let's just be mean to these people that are different from us. And I felt like you were able to find incredible amounts of comedy without being mean to that character. I feel like somebody who was a lot like Kathryn could watch that show and laugh at it and not feel laughed at. Does that make sense?
It does. Yeah, I really appreciate that so much. And yeah, I think like I know what you mean about the satirical comedy stuff. I feel like it's just like happening all over. Even like there's so many people doing solo shows now too. Yeah. And I do feel like it is a lot of like satire and mocking. And I think like studying clown it's kind of like the whole point of it is to allow like the audience to laugh at you.
Mm-hmm.
And I think like that's also helpful in like loving the character is just allowing for myself, like Kate, not the character, but Kate, to be laughed at. And to just give the audience that gift of like, yeah, like not to like use me as their punching bag, but just like I'm going to take the risk and have the courage to be stupid for you for 75 minutes, and hopefully that might actually help you to be a little bit more courageous, to allow yourself to be stupid for other people too, and then we can all just be stupid.
Yeah.
Have either of you guys ever played a character and like through playing the character been like, oh my god, I don't actually like gain empathy for that archetype of person?
That's a really good question. There's several times that's come up in the last couple years where one or two times where Trump came up during the show, and it's like somebody has to play Trump, and I was like, I guess I'll do it. And I felt like I should do it because I'm the only one who's like, I don't need to say something mean about Trump. I'm not for Trump. I didn't, you know what I mean? I'm against everything that I'm against so many things that he did, but I don't need to actively, I don't need to do that in order to hold that. So I was like, I'll just play him because it seems so distasteful to everyone else. Like I'll just play him.
Yeah.
So, and I mean, that's like, to me, the bottom rung of that. So I don't know. I feel like it's definitely possible for me, but you'd have to go pretty low for me not to be able to have some empathy somewhere for the character.
Yeah, I feel the same way. Like I can't think of a single character that I've played that I haven't been able to, I think that's also just my personality, maybe to a fault.
Yeah.
Like I think I choose to trust and see the good like over and over and over again. Like even, when it's clear that they're not a good person.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I don't believe anyone is born evil. I guess that's like that's the thing is like, but a lot of people feel that way. A lot of people feel like, yeah, they're just evil person. I'm like, what does that even mean? Like, what is evil?
It's just convenient. Yeah. It's just convenient to write something off or not to think about it. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like safer that way to not have to explore that, I guess.
And I don't blame people for doing that. Humanity is a lot to parse out.
Right.
It's a lot. I try not to even, and I say try because sometimes I do get upset and like get disappointed in people I know for not being able to have more empathy. But I try to understand, like, even in my own self, like, yeah, it's humanity and all the facets of that and all the variations of that. It's a lot to parse out. So sometimes you do want to just like pull some dimension out and go, okay, who are the good people and who are the bad people? Let's just sort this out so I could go to Whole Foods. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I want to sort this out. So I do have, and I mean that, I do have empathy for that. And I'm not always good at either thing, 'cause it requires a lot of stamina as a person. Hey, I'm supposed to read this. Hold on. Hey, you're listening to Radio Free Brooklyn, independent listener supported radio. If you'd like to listen to Radio Free Brooklyn when you're not in front of your computer, please download our free mobile app for iPhone and Android, available in the App Store. And also, you could support us. You could pledge a one-time donation or a monthly donation at radiofreebrooklyn.org/donate. I think I've done like 2 episodes where I haven't read, so I gotta do that. Vote for me.
That was great.
Hey,
that was great. That was wonderful. Yeah.
Yep.
No. Oh, I also just I think being a girl, like I was raised in this way that's like, be nice to everyone, okay? Like Uncle John. I don't have an Uncle John. Okay, so that's good.
I do have an Uncle John, and
creepy as hell.
Not creepy, but definitely someone that you have to be told to be nice to. not creepy.
Right.
Go for it. Yeah.
Yeah, but just like, just go to the party. Like, it doesn't matter if you're sick, just go. Or like, be nice to them, even if they were a bully to you. Just be nice. Just show up. Just do this. Just do that. And then like my little brother, had like no expectations put on him. It was just sort of like, nah, it's fine. Like, you're a boy, so you don't have to like be nice to people. And then I think that has carried into like my adult life of just being, a nice girl. Part of why I'm in therapy though, because it's like learning that I'm allowed to say no to things and makes life way better.
Can you told me also, after I assumed that you were from the South, that you're from upstate New York.
Yep.
What is the town you're from? What was that like?
So,
up there?
So I usually say that I'm from Utica, New York, because at least some people know what Utica is, but a lot of people don't.
Mm-hmm.
So I am actually from a very, very small rural town called Sauquoit.
Sauquoit.
Yeah.
Sauquoit.
Is it a quaint little town?
It's not quaint. It's basically like the South.
Not so much.
It's basically like the South. Like, it was like
Gotcha.
Confederate, like kids would drive their trucks to school and have like Confederate flags on the back. Like my graduating class was like 112, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Fascinating. Okay.
Yeah.
A lot of Hicks with no accents.
Oh.
Yeah.
When you met a hick with an accent, where you're like, I got a real authentic one.
Yeah, I was like, I have a real authentic, like, actually people from upstate New York talk like they're from Midwest. Like, they say like, instead of eggs, they say like eggs. Can I have eggs? And then they'll say like milk instead of milk.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah.
Like, can I have the eggs and milk? And that's just sort of like how like people talk up there.
I went
weird.
to college in Delaware, and some people from Southern Delaware have like, their natural accent is like a thick Southern drawl.
Yeah.
Like they're from like the South, and you're just like, what is going on here? Like,
it is strange.
Yeah.
It's strange how like,
there's some like regional pockets where things get weird.
Yeah.
Is there, when you were growing up, what was the feeling about New York City? From your family and from your peers?
Yeah. So like, I was about like my family's like 4-hour drive about from New York City, and so we used to visit. And ever since I was like a kid, I always thought like, I want to live here one day, you know. I think my parents were always like, no, that's not gonna happen. Like, you're gonna stay here, hopefully like work for the family. But my family has like a business, work for the family business, and yeah, like I wanted to, you know, go to school for acting, and they were like, that's not happening. And then I begged, like, guys, I'm a dumb, like, there's nothing I know how to do. Like, just I'm a dumb bitch. Like, just let me try. And they were like, if you get into this school, like a college, I had to audition and stuff. If you get in there, you can go, because it's like 2 hours from home, and kind of like helicopter mom.
Bertha, look at you. You're dumb. Look at you.
Mom.
It wasn't her fault. It was my fault. I'm the dummy.
Kyle, don't you cover for your sister.
No, it was me. It was me.
Look at how dumb she is.
Honestly, Mom,
Kyle's
right.
I got to put my hand way up high to point down at you how dumb you are.
And because I'm only 4'3",
which contributes to
being dumb. It was Kyle.
It was Kyle. Look, I fished out all the chicken from the chicken noodle soup, and that's how I made chicken salad. I didn't know that you could just get chicken from the store. I thought it only came in chicken noodle soup.
You all made 50 cans of chicken noodle soup. Now we just have this house is full of broth.
And noodles.
Kyle, that plan that you just came up with, there's no way this one could come up with a plan like that. What's 2 + 7, Bertha?
45.
45?
That sounds right to me.
45.
45.
45.
You are on the honor roll, Kyle.
Look, Mama, I'm dumb.
He's dumb as a box of cans.
Look,
your brother loves you, Bertha. But do you really, in your dumb heart of hearts, as dumb as your heart is, some people say We say gut health is important because you got as many, you got as much intelligence in your gut as your brain, but your heart and your gut are both as dumb as your brain.
Mama, I'm going to say this once and for all.
Yeah.
I think that part of the reason I'm dumb is because of you.
Yeah, Mama. Think about it. If you're dumb and we're dumb, then the transitive property means that you're dumb.
Exactly, Kyle. Kyle and I have actually talked about this. Sometimes when you speak, we have no idea what you're saying.
There's no way I can be dumb. I birthed Kyle. Kyle's not dumb. There's only 3 of us in this room, and only one of us is sitting in 4 feet of mashed potatoes. Which one of us is that?
Is that a SAT question?
Yeah, that sounds like a word problem to an SAT question.
Only one person in this room is sitting in mashed potatoes.
I think this is like a logic problem, like they do in philosophy classes.
Oh, okay, right,
yeah.
right.
Only one person has pressed mashed potatoes into Crocs and is wearing them on their feet.
Ooh.
Who among us is that?
The plot thickens.
So have the mashed potatoes.
Okay, let me think about this. All right, so there's a train leaving Schenectady, New York at 4:15.
Don't you distract us, Kyle. Bertha, this is one question you've got to know the answer to.
I am standing in a bath of potatoes.
Don't you start to sing. You know what that does to me.
I'm standing in a bath of potatoes. My mama put me in this bath.
Don't you bite your lip like that,
But
Kyle.
she doesn't remember.
She doesn't remember. She doesn't remember.
Mama put me in
Don't
this
put that
bath
tiara
of
on, Bertha.
Mama put me in this bath of potatoes.
I'm going back on the porch, and when I come back in here, I want this soup cleaned up and this mashed potatoes cleaned up.
She's going to acting school, and this is the way that we're telling you. She got into clown college.
Well, you don't have my blessing. There's a $10,000 bond in your name at the bank. I never want to see you again.
Your wish is my command.
Somebody validate my parking scene.
Somebody validate. That's the best way to end a scene.
I don't know what.
Next
Beautiful.
improv jam I'm ending a scene with. Somebody validate my parking.
Oh, beautiful. I interrupted you in the middle of you were talking about, I don't know if it was accents or going to New York. College. I'm dumb. You were saying you were going to college. You were going to college.
I was.
Yeah.
I did. I went to acting school.
Where at?
Ithaca College.
Ithaca, yes.
Yep.
Yes.
And yeah. But I'm doing a show on Broadway.
Ooh. So it paid off.
Hey, it paid off.
Yeah.
That's really
yeah, it
Your
did.
parents were wrong.
They were.
Yeah.
They were wrong.
What do they got to say now?
That's part of the why I'm in there. Well, you know.
You wag your finger at them and go,
I just
told you."
wag my finger.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like the I told you sort of just speaks for itself, but like
Did you
know.
say that to them? I told you so.
I wish. I think I will once I like win an Oscar.
Nice.
Gotcha.
I'm not gonna thank them, and then I'm just gonna be like, "And mom and dad, I told you so."
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. That's I like it.
No, they are really happy for me now.
Gotcha. Yeah. It took a while though. You had to earn it.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. They'll never listen to this because they don't really listen to anything I do. But
Wow.
but they, you know, it's just it was scary, I think, for them to believe in me because they because there's like so much uncertainty, you know? And I think instead of like believing in me anyway and just like even if they were scared, I think as a parent, even if I was scared, I would still be like, I believe in you, I'm gonna support you. But I think for them it was just like they really, really wanted me to switch careers and to not do this for the whole time. But now that I, you know, have had some success, I think that they've changed their tune.
Yeah.
And now they get to brag about me to their friends. And
don't you hate it when parents do that?
Yep.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you're bragging about me, but you're not actually like happy for me when I'm talking to you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, my parents are just like that.
Really?
I totally get it. Yeah.
Yeah, what's that about?
I mean, my parents don't even know that I do comedy, so I've hid it from them it's been an elaborate ruse and lie for like the last 8 years that all my friends are in on, and if I ever do like a comedy special or something like that, I'll probably title it "Don't Tell My Parents" because that's like what I would need everybody to do is like, please don't tell my parents.
That is a great title.
Yeah, that's a terrific title.
I'm gonna steal that.
Yeah,
actually, if that's
I
okay.
think I'm glad that I'm like naturally very thin because every time I'm doing comedy stuff and my mom calls me, my excuse for not picking up the phone is I'm at the gym, and she believes me even though I am not in shape. So yeah, if she's ever like, oh, you need to you go to the gym all the time, lift this heavy object or run to go do something.
You're doing the gym wrong.
Yeah, I'll be like,
smart.
oh yeah. I just go to the gym to watch the news. It's on the televisions.
Yeah, it's a great environment.
That's smart. That's smart.
This is, I mean, I feel a little guilty because I don't have that experience at all. And it's funny because my parents are Haitian, which is the poorest country in our hemisphere. So most parents, I understand, particularly Haitian parents, are very practical. And you don't let your son move to New York and do improv or go to college to draw comic books, or you don't let your kid do that. But I don't know what it was about my parents, but they never. My dad would be like, you could be a doctor, be a lawyer, you could do art later, but he'd still just buy me the sketchbook and put me, you know what I mean? Like, and never like tried to really discourage me or like, and I wonder what it was like for you guys. For me, it was like, I started when I was 7 and I never looked back. I've just been doing the same thing since I was 7.
Wow.
So I think they were just kind of like,
what else is he gonna do?
He's not. This is what he's doing. So I think I lucked out that way, and they relented pretty quickly. But I know that I try to always be very thankful for that and not take that for granted because I realize that's really not a common experience.
It's rare. Yeah, I guess it is. I think, I mean, it definitely pushed me really hard. Like I'm extremely hard on myself. And in a weird way, it's like, I wonder if I wasn't so hard on myself, I wonder, where I would be. Not sure.
Yeah, I get that. I think I can empathize with that experience a lot too. But then I think that there's also this like sense of like reckless abandon to it that I'm like, there is no like, what if this doesn't work out? What if like whatever? Because like I've already dealt with all those thoughts and feelings because like someone forced you to confront them. Wow. And so like you can be like, oh yeah, like I've had to deal with the fact that like all of these external pressures are like, what if this doesn't work out? What about the uncertainty? What about the rejection? What about like, is this worth the investment of your time, especially at this phase of your life? And then the reality is like, yeah, you just have to grapple with the fact that like all of those things are true. And that if you want to do it, but you still accept those things, then it's worth it.
I mean, it's interesting. I have 2 thoughts. One is that is really what makes an artist, which is these risks and you either accept them or I think in my case, you're too dumb to think about them, which is, I really, to be sensible really doesn't even occur to me. And I pay the price for it, but it still doesn't occur to me to do so. But I think the other thing that is interesting is that I think I lost the thought. There was another.
Go ahead.
I don't know if I would trade places because I think I have observed, and I can even see in you that force of like being hard on yourself and how it propels you to kind of puts like a barking dog behind, like a chomping dog behind you, like, fuck, I gotta go. I can see that. And for me, it's more like I've really just absorbed, like I have often said, I got this, this is not mine, I got this from the great Kevin Scott of Centralia. It's, I really just live like one, I do improv because one, I think it makes me a better actor. 2, because I think improv is a great just metaphor for creativity, period. But 3, I think I'll do improv all my life, like people do yoga.
Yeah.
And so I don't have I have my own kinds of urgency, but I don't think I have as much of like an attack dog behind me that I feel like I'm running from. I don't know if I would switch places though, because I think there's a lot of energetically, there's some benefit to that. There's a sense of commitment to it, a sense of urgency, a sense of force, a sense of propulsion.
Well, that's survival. That's what survival does to you. Yeah. To circle it back to Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, it's like kind of like the lesson of that movie is that if you erase these things that were difficult for you, you deprive yourself of the person that learns how to deal with that challenge. So like there's a version of you that, you know, faces the fears and whatever uncertainties or insecurities or whatever it could be. And then there's the version of you that learns how to grapple with those and then goes ahead anyway. But if you got rid of the person that never felt any of those things, you would never be the person that has the resilience to deal with those things. If that makes sense.
Oh, it makes sense. And that's beautiful.
Caleb, relax.
What do you mean, relax?
Let the shark swallow you.
Okay. Yeah.
Relax.
What is that poem from? It's like, let everything happen to you, beauty and terror, just keep going. No feeling is final. This shark will leave me for leftovers, and that'll be left of me.
That's right. Breathe in for 4.
Breathe in for 4.
Hold for 6.
The shark, you're being placed in its mouth. You're going to relax and let it swallow you.
I'm so happy you guys came to Hawaii for this surfing trip with me.
We wouldn't miss it.
Yeah.
You've been on this spiritual journey of growth and healing for so long. This is the last part of it.
Oh, thank you, Shark Teacher.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, teacher.
And I am your mom.
Yeah.
What? Thank me?
Yeah. Thank you, Mom, for birthing me so that I could then be consumed partially by this shark so that I can learn how to be a person that has been consumed partially by a shark.
Mrs. Thompson, really, a lot of parents don't come to this. And
I know. I'm a very, very, very dedicated mother and shark enthusiast. So I'm proud of you, Caleb.
Thank you. Please, Mom, submit me to Shark Week.
You'll be gone soon.
Okay.
This is our tradition. This is our tradition of healing, and this is our form of medicine. I don't like to just call it therapy. It's more of a spiritual tradition. We go through this long journey. Not everyone survives it.
Got it.
I've explained this to you many times before. A lot of times people don't tell their parents because they may not survive it. You recommended this therapy.
I did. I heard all about it on the TED Talk that you did last summer. I was very impressed.
Relax your body, Caleb.
It's okay. Yeah. I'm just going to let him take that part of my lower abdomen.
You don't need it.
Yeah. I don't. I can let it go.
The shark. Because it needs to know that it's okay for it to eat you.
I've just been making eye contact with it this whole time.
From inside its mouth?
Yeah.
That's hard to do.
I poke my head out every once in a while and I just like give it a look like, you okay? Because I'm okay. We're both okay.
Okay. I'm going to advise you that's very dangerous.
It's dangerous, but keep doing it.
Thank you, Mama.
Paid a lot of money to come here to Hawaii.
I know you took a big risk on me, but I believe it'll be worth it in the end.
Miss Thompson, can we, Mrs. Thompson, sorry.
Yeah,
can
thank you. David couldn't be here. He's on a work trip in Ohio.
Can we walk about 20 paces down here to the...
Sure.
Just that far. Okay. It's a sand. I don't understand how you're making so much noise.
I have big thighs.
Mrs. Thompson, I am a believer in this therapy, in this spiritual quest.
It's okay. Let's keep talking. Yeah, keep going.
It's the sound of gurgling blood. I think he might be okay, but he might not. But I have to say that I've never encountered a parent as enthusiastic in this treatment as you.
Oh, thank you.
I have to be frank. It doesn't seem like you want your son to survive. I'm very sorry to insult you, but I just have to.
That is ridiculous. I have paid $8,000.
Thank you, Shark Teacher. Thank you.
I don't mean to tell you what to do, but I would prefer it if you didn't reapply your makeup as we're having this conversation right now.
Well, David's not here. Kidding. I find that very insulting.
I'm so sorry. I had to say something.
This is therapy from my son. He's been a problem child ever since the 6th grade. Okay. And I listened to your TED Talk and I brought him here.
This is a very extreme procedure. And from what I understand, Caleb he decided to take a gap year from college. And that is why you recommended him this therapy.
Yes.
Everyone can use this sort of spiritual journey and cleansing.
Especially him. And I believe that he's going to go straight to either heaven or hell. I'm not sure which. Hopefully heaven. But based on, his history, I wouldn't be surprised if it was hell.
It seems to me that you're upset with your son and that you have something you want to get off your chest that you're not confronting. And
he's not mine.
What?
Caleb's not mine.
Did your husband have an affair?
No, I did.
Another man is Caleb's father. Relax, Caleb. Relax your muscles.
Caleb. Relax.
All right. I can. I hear you from 20 feet away. I got it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Does he look like me? No. Does he look like David? David zoomed you. Does he look like David? No.
He doesn't look like either of you, but did you give birth to him?
Yes.
I don't understand. This shark is about to eat your son, who was birthed from you. He doesn't look anything like you.
Look, Mom. Like I feel like the shark is gonna win soon, and I just have to look. I'm not sure what you guys are talking about, but I just need to have a
Caleb,
confession.
I
a lot
love
of
you.
energy by shouting.
Yeah, I have a confession.
You're not mine.
I know.
I birthed you, and you're not mine.
I know that I'm an
Okay?
immaculate conception baby. I know that I'm not
that's the
you.
first big
or,
word you've ever used.
I know I'm not you or Dad's. I know I'm supposed to be meant for something greater, and I think that greater is to be swallowed by this shark.
Oh my God.
You've got it. Yeah, he's
shark
exactly
is-
right.
That shark is an angel.
Oh, it's beautiful.
He's going to heaven.
He's going to heaven.
Caleb, relax your
That
muscles.
can't be. That can't be.
Relax your muscles, Caleb.
Relax everything.
I wasn't a problem. I was divine.
See. Wow. Wow, what a way to end. Where did we go? Where did we go? Dear God.
That's how I'm going to end my next whatever I'm doing. I'm not a problem. I'm divine.
Wow.
Get that tattooed.
Holy Lord. All right, we got a minute left, Kathryn. How do the people find you? How do they find you? How do they follow you? What should they know?
Okay. Okay. Instagram,
Yeah.
I guess. Instagram at Kate__Owens.
Double underscore.
The one was taken.
Yeah.
You can catch me on Broadway starting in September. Melissa Etheridge. It's her show, and we run until November. And you can also catch me coming out on Hulu on a new TV show called The Other Black Girl that's airing September 13th.
Ooh.
I play Sophie.
Those are both
That
big
is not
things.
the lead character.
No.
No. Okay. This.
I wish everybody could see the look on Ralph's face when he said that.
Hey, this is Radio Free Brooklyn. We love you. If you want to support radiofreebrooklyn.org/donate. How do people find you, Jake?
Also Instagram, I'm Foolish Boy, but the O's are zeros, and there's it's a complicated tag. I need to change it, but it's F00LISH_B01.